Hello everyone, welcome back. So in previous lecture of this subject triple M mechanical measurement and metrology, I started with the first chapter, that is introduction to metrology, linear and angular measurement, and I also discussed about the syllabus. Now in today's lecture I will be discussing about the objectives, then what is primary, secondary and tertiary measurement, and what is the difference between the precision and accuracy. So let us start. So first here it is the objectives of metrology. Now the objectives of metrology, before that earlier we discussed what is metrology, so that is the science of measurement. Now from here we will be only looking at the engineering metrology, although there is a generalized objective, but we will think from the engineering point of view. While the basic objective of a measurement is to provide required accuracy at minimum cost. So this is basic objective measurement. So हमको क्या करना है, मिनिमम कॉस्ट में जो भी हमारी एक्यूरेसी है उसको फुलफिल करना है, ठीक. And metrology would have further objective in modern engineering plant with different shops like tool room, machine room, machine shop, press shop, plastic shop, pressure die casting shop, electroplating, then there is painting shop, assembly shop, as also research development and engineering department. So here what is happening, uh, it is having further more objective in the modern engineering plant with different shops. यहाँ पे जो डिफरेंट शॉप्स कौन कौन सी है, टूल रूम हो गया, ठीक है, मशीन शॉप, प्रेस शॉप इन विच द punching pressing operation is done, then there is plastic shop. Okay, the plastic materials are formed in the plastic shop. Then there is pressure die casting shop, as you know that the pressure die casting shop in which the high pressure uh, molten metal is casted in the metal dies. Then there is electroplating and painting shop, assembly shop, also research development engineering department. So जो मेट्रोलॉजी है उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है इन मॉडर्न प्लांट. ओके, इन ये जो सारी की सारी जगह है, ठीक है, जगह यहाँ पे सब सारे के सारे इंजीनियरिंग प्लांट्स यहाँ पे कवर हो गए, ठीक है, R&D भी आ गया है, इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट भी आ गया है, ठीक है. इन सच एन इंजीनियरिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन द ऑब्जेक्टिव वुड फॉलोज. अब ये सारी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसमें कौन कौन से ऑब्जेक्टिव्स जो है वो फुलफिल करना चाहिए एज मेट्रोलॉजी. So the first is a through evolution of newly developed products to ensure that the component design is within the process and measuring instrument capabilities available in the plant. So the newly developed products to ensure the component design is within the process and the measuring instrument capabilities available in the plant. Okay, then to determine the process capability and ensure that these are better than the relevant component tolerance. This is to determine the process capabilities and ensure that these are better than the relevant component tolerances. Tolerance, later on in the second chapter I will further explain in the detail. So tolerance is basically nothing, the variation, amount of variation that is allowed in the dimension of the component. ओके, अगर पार्ट के अंदर डायमेंशन में इतना वेरिएशन आता है तो दैट विल बी acceptable or the part will be selected. So to get a better tolerance, which means the variation in the dimension is least. Third one is to determine the measuring instrument capabilities and ensure that these are adequate for their respective measurement. अनदर ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है मेट्रोलॉजी का, कि जो भी मेजरिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट है उसकी कैपेबिलिटीज को डिटरमाइन करना और इंश्योर करना कि वो एडिक्वेट है कि नहीं वो मेजरमेंट फुलफिल करने के लिए या मेजरमेंट कंप्लीट करने के लिए. फोर्थ ऑब्जेक्टिव, to minimize the cost of inspection by effective and efficient use of available facilities. यानी कि जो कॉस्ट ऑफ इंस्पेक्शन है उसको मिनिमाइज करना है बाय इफेक्टिव एंड एफिशिएंट यूज ऑफ अवेलेबल फैसिलिटीज एंड टू रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट ऑफ रिजेक्शन एंड रीवर्क थ्रू द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिकल क्वालिटी कंट्रोल टेक्निक्स. और जो कॉस्ट ऑफ रिजेक्शन है उसको और या फिर रीवर्क करना पड़े, अगर पार्ट जो है वो हमारे डिफाइंड स्टैंडर्ड्स को फुलफिल नहीं कर रहा तो या तो वो रिजेक्ट होगा या तो फिर उसमें रीवर्क करना पड़ेगा. सो वो भी हमको कम से कम करना है. अनदर इज स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन ऑफ मेजरिंग मेथड. व्हाट हैपेंस इन स्मॉल स्केल industries, the parts are made without any kind of standard. So because of that the measurement becomes difficult. So this is achieved by laying down inspection method for any product right at the time when the production technology is prepared. जब production technology prepare होगी उसी टाइम पे inspection method को भी implement करना पड़ेगा. 6. Maintenance of accuracy of measurement. This is achieved by periodical calibration of the metrological instrument used in the plant. So certainly after some use there will be wear and tear on the measurement instrument. So maintenance of accuracy, there will be change in the accuracy of the instrument. Later on we will discuss how there is variation in the accuracy and what is the effect, what are the effects. So that is also one of the objective of metrology. Then another is arbitration and solution of problem arising on the shop floor regarding method of measurement. मेथड ऑफ मेजरमेंट के रिलेटेड जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उनको सॉल्व करना. देन प्रिपरेशन ऑफ डिजाइंस फॉर ऑल गेजेस एंड स्पेशल इंस्पेक्शन फिक्सचर्स. डिजाइन गेजेस को प्रिपेयर करना और इंस्पेक्शन फिक्सचर को भी प्रिपेयर करना. सो दीज आर दी ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ मेट्रोलॉजी. Now we will move further about the measurement methods. So measurement is a process of comparison of physical quantity with a reference standard. Measurement, remember this, what is measurement? Measurement is comparison of physical quantity with reference standard. एक रेफरेंस स्टैंडर्ड है उसके साथ जो भी हमारी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी है उसका कंपैरिजन, दैट इज मेजरमेंट. Depending upon the requirement and based upon the standards employed, there are two basic methods of measurement. Depending upon the requirement, हमारे requirement क्या है and based upon the standards employed, हमने कौन कौन से standards जो है वो employ किए हैं उसके आधारित यहाँ पे दो method है. First one is direct measurement. Then in direct measurement the value of physical parameters measured is determined by comparing directly with the reference standard. जैसे कि एक स्केल है, ठीक है, सो स्केल से हम जो मेजरमेंट लेंगे, ठीक है, वो डायरेक्ट मेजरमेंट हो गया. हमको डायरेक्टली वैल्यू पता चल गया जाएगी, ठीक है, कि लेंथ कितनी है. और यहाँ पे फिजिकल क्वांटिटी जैसे कि मास कैलकुलेट करना हो, लेंथ, टाइम आर मेजर्ड बाय डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन. डायरेक्टली हम कंपेयर करके मेजर कर सकते हैं. So direct measurement are not to be preferred because they involve human factors, are less accurate and less sensitive. अभी डायरेक्ट मेजरमेंट में क्या होगा, अगर स्केल से सपोज हम मेजरमेंट कर रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे ह्यूमन एरर के चांसेस है कि हम मेजरमेंट में एरर करें. So the direct measurement method may not always be possible, feasible, and practicable. So, and another way is indirect measurement. So, the first, the value of physical parameter, और that is called as measurement. जो भी हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है, जो हमको फिजिकल पैरामीटर मेजर करना है, ठीक है, that is called as measurement is more generally determined by indirect comparison with the secondary standards through calibration. सो यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि जो भी इस मेजरमेंट है, ठीक है, उसका मेजरमेंट यहाँ पे वैल्यू कैसे फाइंड किया जाएगा, डिटरमाइंड बाय इनडायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन विद द सेकेंडरी स्टैंडर्ड्स थ्रू थ्रू कैलिब्रेशन। जो भी सेकेंडरी स्टैंडर्ड है उसके साथ कंपेयर करके इनडायरेक्टली थ्रू कैलिब्रेशन, कैलिब्रेशन के थ्रू यहाँ पे मेजरमेंट किया, कैलिब्रेशन किया जाएगा सेकेंडरी स्टैंडर्ड्स के साथ, ठीक है। एक सेकेंडरी स्टैंडर्ड है और ये हमारा प्राइमरी सपोज वन स्टैंडर्ड है, ठीक है। एक सपोज हियर देयर इज वन प्राइमरी स्टैंडर्ड एंड देयर इज अनदर इज वन, हियर इट इज द दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्ट टू बी मेजर्ड। यानी कि जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट है वो यहाँ पे, ये हमारा प्राइमरी सॉरी ये सेकेंडरी स्टैंडर्ड है, इसका मेजरमेंट करेंगे। और जो हमारा मेजरमेंट है, मेजरमेंट यहाँ पे है, ठीक है, और मेजरमेंट के साथ उसका कंपैरिजन करेंगे। सो दैट विल बी द कॉल्ड एज इनडायरेक्ट मेजरमेंट मेथड। Now the measurement a measurement is converted into an analog signal which is subsequently processed and fed to the end device that presents the result as a measurement. Indirect techniques save primary or secondary standard from frequent and direct handling. Okay, so जो primary and secondary standard है उनको frequent handle नहीं करना पड़ेगा indirect measurements, and the accuracy of each approach is apparently traceable to the primary standard via secondary standard and calibration. So the accuracy यहाँ पे क्या होगी, यहाँ पे अच्छी होगी, apparently traceable to the primary standard via secondary standard and calibration. Now let us discuss about the primary, secondary and tertiary measurement. Now the complexity of an instrument system depend upon the measurement being made and upon the accuracy level to which the measurement is needed. So this the complexity of instrument depend upon the measurement, हमको measurement कौन सा करना है और कितनी accuracy हमको चाहिए, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि ऑब्जेक्ट जो हमारा पार्ट है वो कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है या नहीं है। Based upon the complexity of measurement system, the measurements are generally grouped into three categories, namely as primary, secondary, and tertiary measurements. In primary mode, the sought value of physical parameter is determined by comparing it directly with the reference standard. The requisite information is obtained through senses of sight and touch. For example, matching of two lengths when determining length of an object with a ruler, जो स्केल है उससे हम मेजरमेंट कर रहे हैं। और दूसरा जो है मैचिंग टू कलर्स व्हेन जजिंग टेम्परेचर ऑफ रेड हॉट स्टील्स। ओके, third one example is estimating temperature difference between contents of container by inserting finger. Okay, use of beam balance to measure masses, measurement of time by counting number of strokes of clock. The primary measurement provide subjective information only, and that is the observation can be indicated only that the contents of one container are hotter than the content of other. one rod is longer than the other, or one object contains more or less mass than the other. So this kind of information provided by the primary measurement. In many technological activity, it is often difficult to make direct observation of quantity being measured. So the human senses are not equipped to make a direct comparison of all quantities with equal facility. Further, frequent measurements are extremely time consuming and tedious if taken डायरेक्टली. जो फ्रीक्वेंट मेजरमेंट है वो टाइम कंज्यूमिंग भी है और एक्सट्रीमली टीडीएस भी बन जाता है. ठीक है. According to the use, we use indirect methods in which the measurand is converted into some effect which is directly measurable. Okay. So according to we use indirect method in which the measurand is converted into some effect which is directly measurable. The indirect methods makes comparison with a standard through the use of a calibrated system. An empirical relation is established between the measurement actually made and the results that are desired. For example, an indirect method may consist of developing an electrical voltage proportional to a physical variable to be measured, measuring that voltage and then converting the measured voltage back to corresponding value of original measurement. सो फर्स्ट हम क्या करेंगे कि इलेक्ट्रिकल वोल्टेज के प्रपोजल टू फिजिकल वेरिएबल इज मेजर्ड, यानी कि इलेक्ट्रिक वोल्टेज के थ्रू हमको पता चलेगा कि फिजिकल वेरिएबल कितना मेजर हुआ. तो सबसे पहले हम क्या करेंगे, मेजरिंग दैट वोल्टेज एंड देन कन्वर्टिंग द मेजर्ड वोल्टेज बैक टू करस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यू ऑफ ओरिजिनल मेजर. Then electrical methods are preferred in indirect methods due to their high speed of operational and simple processing of measured value. So इलेक्ट्रिकल हम क्यों यूज करेंगे, क्योंकि उसकी जो स्पीड ऑफ ऑपरेशन है वो वेरी हाई है एंड सिंपल प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ मेजर्ड वेरिएबल, और उसका प्रोसेसिंग भी इजी है. The indirect measurement involves one translation are called as secondary measurement, and these involve two conversion are called as tertiary measurement. So here you can see there is a bellows and second one is the spring. Now this is the bellows converts the pressure into displacement. So here the bellows are with a shape of buffles over here you can see, and when the pressure is applied it will expand and the displacement will take place, while in the spring when the force is applied the extension will take place. Bellows is nothing but like a balloon with this type of bubbles, so it will expand. So the conversion of pressure into displacement by means of bellows and the conversion of force into displacement by means of spring are simple example of secondary measurement. जो secondary measurement के उसका force measurement यहाँ पे extension measure होगा और यहाँ पे भी एक्सटेंशन मेजर होगा डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सो दोनों ही डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेजरमेंट के लिए यूज होंगे. ठीक है. नाउ when a pressure above that of atmosphere is applied to open end of bellows, these expand and the resulting displacement is a measure of applied pressure. So suppose delta is the K1 into P. So delta is the displacement and K1 is the stiffness and P is the pressure. When a pressure above that of atmosphere is applied at the open end of bellows, these expand and resulting into displacement, and this displacement is equal to K1 into P, where P is the variable pressure, delta is the bellows displacement. यहाँ पे जो डेल्टा है वो यहाँ पे आएगा, जो यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट होगा वो, the displacement varies linearly with the applied pressure, provided that the range of pressure variation is small. Likewise, a spring stretches when a vertical force is applied at the free end. The difference force given rise to the different displacement, and so as measure of spring deflection gives unique indication of force. So here also there will be delta extension that is equal to K2 into P, where F is the applied force and the K is the delta is the deflection and K is the spring stiffness. So K2 into P is a constant of proportionality. The identity prescribed by equation is often written as delta is equal to F upon S, where S is the represents the spring stiffness and F is the force. यानी कि ये जो सिंपल इक्वेशन है आपको पता होगा, स्प्रिंग के लिए डिफ्लेक्शन इज इक्वल टू फोर्स अपॉन स्टिफनेस, और यू कैन से द स्टिफनेस इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द फोर्स पर यूनिट डिफ्लेक्शन, यानी कि एक यूनिट डिफ्लेक्शन के लिए कितना फोर्स चाहिए होगा, ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज स्प्रिंग स्टिफनेस. The measurement of static pressure by a Bourdon tube pressure gauge is example of tertiary measurement. This was earlier was the secondary measurement, and now the tertiary measurement. Here you can see a Bourdon tube pressure gauge. What happens in a Bourdon tube pressure gauge? So here the pressure comes from here. Suppose there is the hot air, okay, so what will happen when the pressure of goes over here, the this Bourdon tube will be filled with that air, and due to that this is the flexible material, this material is flexible. When the air passes from this will certainly expand, okay. So due to that it is connected to the link, and this is the fixed pivot. This gear will rotate and we will have indication over here that this will move from here to here, okay. So in Bourdon tube there is a tertiary measurement, and how it is I will explain over here. Here you can see this is how a gauge looks like, and the inside mechanism looks like this, okay. When the static pressure or input signal is applied to the Bourdon tube, it's free and deflect. यहाँ पे ये जो है ये free end है and it will deflect, and the deflection which constitutes the secondary signal is very small and needs to be made larger for displace reading. सो हियर यू कैन सी सबसे पहले यहाँ पे क्या होगा, प्राइमरी सिग्नल प्रेशर है, जो बॉर्डन ट्यूब में फर्स्ट ट्रांसिशन कहाँ पे होगा कि बॉर्डन ट्यूब में से जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट यहाँ पे होगा, फिर दैट विल बी डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू रैक एंड पिनियन फॉर्म. यहाँ पे रैक एंड पिनियन जो मैकेनिज्म है यहाँ पे कन्वर्जन होगा, और वहां पे हमको लार्जर डिफ्लेक्शन मिलेगा, ठीक है, एम्पलीफाइड डिफ्लेक्शन मिलेगा ऑफ अ pointer, the larger displacement of pointer against scale. So whereas the input to a measurement system is known as measurand, जो ये input है that is called as measurand, and output is known as measurement. So this is how the tertiary measurement is done. So this is the mechanical type of measurement, there is no electrical use. Now we will see one more example in voltmeter. The voltage moves a pointer on a scale while the voltage is translated into a length change. The tertiary signal of length change is a measure of speed of shaft and is transmitted to the observer. For example, in a Bourdon tube gauge, the applied pressure or input is measured while the output system is movement of pointer against a calibrated scale, and this pointer movement becomes the measurement. Likewise, in electrical tachometer, the angular speed is measured and the movement of pointer is measured. So here जो जो भी यहाँ पे टर्टरी सिस्टम है मेजरमेंट ऑफ एंगुलर स्पीड बाय इलेक्ट्रिक टेकोमीटर, यहाँ पे जो शाफ्ट है वो रोटेट होगी, वहां पे क्या होगा कि शाफ्ट जो स्पीड है उसको वोल्टेज में कन्वर्ट किया जाएगा और वोल्टेज का लेंथ में कन्वर्जन किया जाएगा थ्रू दिस टेकोमीटर. Another type of classification in measurement, that is the contact type and non-contact type. The measurement may be described as contact type where the sensing element is measuring device has contact with the medium whose characteristics are being measured, and non-contact type where the senses do not communicate physically with the medium, means there is no contact between the measuring instrument and the measurement. Okay, so the physical quantity which we are supposed to measure, the optical, radioactive and some electric measurements belongs to this category. So here you can see this is the electric tachometer which is connected to this shaft. When the shaft rotates, it will measure the RPM speed, it will be measured. Okay. So what happens? The first primary input is the speed rotation shaft, and that will be converted into voltage, and then voltage is again converted into RPM according to that. And this is called as the contact type measurement. Okay. So, and in this is the non-contact type measurement. In non-contact type, what happens? These are the reflective marks which are marked on the our object. This is our measurement. Okay, जिसकी स्पीड हमको मेजर करनी है, दैट इज मेजरड. और वहां पे ये जो रिफ्लेक्टिव मार्क्स है उसको, ये जो हमारा नॉन कॉन्टेक्ट टाइप है वो यहाँ पे रिफ्लेक्टिव मार्क्स को, यहाँ पे सपोज यहाँ पे लेजर लाइट लाइट हो रही है, ठीक है, और वहां से रिफ्लेक्शन वापस आएगा, तो जो रिफ्लेक्टिव पैनल है वहां पे वो रिफ्लेक्शन ये यहाँ पे काउंट करेगा. ठीक है. सो नॉन कॉन्टेक्ट टाइप मेजरमेंट, दिस इज द नॉन कॉन्टेक्ट टाइप डिजिटल टैकोमीटर. ठीक है. जो जो रिफ्लेक्टिव मार्क्स हमने यहाँ पे लगाए हुए उसको ये मेजर करेगा. ठीक है. So this is about the contact and non-contact type measurement, and also explain about the primary, secondary and tertiary measurement. So this is it for today's lecture. Thank you very much for listening me carefully. Have a nice day.